what about you for Ripple building a platform that could perhaps substitute XRP for a Fed coin one day, or
we think
some
about
other...
The XRP ledger as an open source technology, we think about how do we make it really useful for the customers we work with. We also think about how do we make it extensible and how do we participate in that open source community in a way that makes it extensible to other types of customers. But could central banks? Sure, they could use aspects of that.
Could it be more efficient, what they create one day?
Yeah, and that ultimately is the underpinning I think we all focus on. How can we make this more efficient for customers? And right now the customers we focus on are commercial banks, payment providers. We certainly are thinking about other types of customers we could serve. I mean, I have made the point, I don't know if I've ever said it on air, but I've made the point that in the earliest days of Amazon, it's called Amazon Books. It was a bookseller. It competed with Barnes & Noble, competed with Borders, and when I think about Ripple today is viewed as a cross-border payments company. We view ourselves as a blockchain infrastructure company. The first vertical we've done is cross-border payments. We want to make sure we're winning in cross-border payments before we do another vertical, but we will certainly do other verticals leveraging these technologies.
So you're open, potentially in the future at some point, to using the Fed coin or the OneCoin. I'm pushing because the head of blockchain technology at JP Morgan told me if the Fed came up with a coin, they'd dump JP Morgan coin. So I'm asking you whether you're open to the possibility of...
Sure. I mean, yeah. I think I'm very open. Even if the Fed in the United States is using a coin, you still have a cross-border settlement dynamic where if you have central banks around the world using their own digital asset, I don't think it changes the need for a cross-border neutral
Something
settlement.
In the middle, like an XRP.
And XRP has been extremely efficient. I mean, look, we obviously have a vested interest in that, and we're not bashful about that, but XRP is extremely efficient from a technical point of view in terms of speed, in terms of scalability, in terms of cost, where I'm a Bitcoin holder, but it's not going to solve a payments problem when the transaction time and transaction cost is, almost 1,000x what it is for XRP.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have Brad Garlinghouse on Jeb McCabe's wallet. And it's been almost 2 years since this case, and we haven't heard from Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, or Chris Larson on why Jeb McCabe just gets to keep selling. And now he's all out. But we have Brad Garlinghouse on the Fed coin. And we know the Fed now system is up next year. And we know Fed coin is now called CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. And we know the central banks are going to use their own private blockchain. JP Morgan has been building Federal Reserve 2.0 on blockchain. But guys, don't forget stable coins. CBDCs are illegal in Europe and the United States. That's why they're trying to build on top of the current system that we're in right now. So it keeps the central banks in total control, but give them even more power. Remember, these stable coins are going to be programmable, and then on top of that, blockchain gives them the all-seeing eye. They'll be able to tell you what, where, and when, and how to buy. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And right now, guys, since the Fed is shrinking all this liquidity, what do they want? They want to be the last resort. And we're starting to see crypto miners sell. That big consolidation that I warned us about, we're seeing it happen. Remember, big tech gives us the blueprint. We have over 20,000 cryptos. Guys, they haven't even started pulling the rug yet. There will be an event that's going to destroy the legacy market and then also make it seem like crypto is going to be destroyed, and then crypto is going to rise like the phoenix. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Dropped by about 14,000 Bitcoin since last Thursday. Core Scientific sold most of its Bitcoin back in June. Is this a sign that more miners are going to start liquidating their Bitcoin stake amid this crypto winter that we're in? Or is the hype over these declines overblown?
It makes a lot of sense. One, with the state of capital markets and the unavailability really of outside funding that had been abundant for the prior year, at the end of the day, like any other business, Bitcoin miners need to pay their bills. And we mine and earn or produce Bitcoin, but our cost, expenses, and liabilities are in dollars. And at a point in time, we need to match, if you will, that what we're earning in Bitcoin to the expenses that we need to pay would be 0.1. And so, to a great extent, I think you're seeing what will be a long-term trend. As our business matures, we're in fact becoming self-financing, self-funding, and you'll see mining companies sell sufficient Bitcoin to make sure that they maintain strong balance sheets and pay their expenses when due. The second aspect to it is that it is quite sensible in a turbulent market time, and you've seen this in many industries that experience turbulence, is you go to cash. And so I think what you're also seeing is conservatism at play, where many of us in the industry, looking at the capital markets, looking at the uncertainty probably for a period of time here, it will settle out, no doubt, and it seemed to be beginning to. But when you face turbulent times, you want to make sure that you've built a conservative balance sheet, that you've got resources to ride through those times. And so I think that you're seeing some of that as well, Mackenzie. Certainly that would be the case as it relates to us. You know, we've been through turbulent times in the past at our company. I certainly have a good bit of experience in distressed markets, and it makes sense to build a conservative balance sheet in that kind of an environment.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.